Hey, and welcome to the Explainer. So, today we're going to dig into a whole series of major developments happening in India right now. And on the surface, they seem completely unrelated, but as you're about to see, they might just be carefully placed pieces in a much, much larger puzzle. Okay, let's get into it. So, I want you to think about this for a second. What on earth could possibly link a huge tax overhaul, a brand new bill on online gaming, and the decision to restart flights with China? I mean, it just sounds like a random collection of headlines, right? But what if it's not?
Well, that's the big idea we're exploring here. These aren't just isolated policy changes. Nope. They're all interconnected parts of one single, cohesive grand strategy. So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at the key pillars one by one, and then we'll put it all together to see that big picture.
First up, let's talk about the economy. The very first piece of this whole strategy is all about strengthening India's economic engine from the inside out. And that means getting people to spend more. And look, they are not messing around here. We're talking about a massive injection of $20 billion into the economy, all with one single goal: to get domestic consumption firing on all cylinders. So why is this so important? Well, because right now, domestic consumption, that's just regular people buying stuff, already makes up a staggering 60% of India's entire GDP. So it's simple, right? The most powerful way to grow the whole economy is to get your own citizens spending. Okay, so how are they going to do it? Well, the main tool for this economic push is a major reform of the goods and services tax, the GST. That's the tax you pay on pretty much everything you buy. You see, the old system was kind of complicated, with 4 different tax levels. Now, it's being simplified way down to just 2. For you, the consumer, this means lower tax rates on lots of everyday goods, which should make them cheaper and, you guessed it, encourage more spending. Now, some things will go up, but the overall goal is to simplify everything and get the economy moving. And the payoff? Well, it could be huge. This reform is expected to stimulate economic growth by over 0.5%. It could also help ease inflation and just create a much healthier environment for people to buy things. So that's Pillar 1, boosting today's economy. But Pillar 2 is all about looking ahead, betting big on the high-growth industries of tomorrow. We're talking tech and green energy. A perfect example of this is the new online gaming bill. Now, don't let the name fool you. This isn't just about video games. It's a really strategic move with 2 very different goals for shaping entire digital landscape. So on one hand, the bill is designed to seriously boost the legitimate esports industry. It's actually creating a national esports authority to formally oversee and promote competitive gaming. But on the other hand, it's cracking down hard. It's banning any online games that involve betting with real money and bringing in some severe penalties for anyone who breaks those rules. It's all about nurturing a future-facing industry while cutting out the bad stuff. But this focus on future tech isn't just happening in the digital world. The strategy is also making an equally ambitious push into one of the most critical sectors for the entire 21st century: sustainable energy. And the ambition here is, well, it's huge. India is officially targeting 10% of the entire global green hydrogen market, all by 2030. And just to put that 10% figure into perspective for you, the global market for green hydrogen is expected to blow past 100 million tons. And this isn't some distant dream either. The National Green Hydrogen Mission is already happening, with 19 companies already lined up to start producing nearly 1 million tons every single year. All right, so we've covered the economy and the industries of the future. That brings us to Pillar 3, which is all about connections, both physical and diplomatic. We're talking about rebuilding bridges with other countries and building brand new ones right at home. So let's start with the international picture. You might remember the border tensions with China back in 2020. Well, after that, all direct flights were suspended for years. But now we're seeing a major shift. Those flight services are set to start back up. And make no mistake, this is about way more than just making travel easier. This move is a clear, deliberate signal to the world. It suggests a potential easing of those tensions and a strategic decision to re-engage, even while the bigger relationship stays pretty complex. So while they're working on rebuilding those international links, the strategy is also laser-focused on strengthening connections within India's own borders through a really significant push in domestic infrastructure. A fantastic example of this is the brand new airport that just got approved for the Kotabundi region of Rajasthan. Think about the domino effect of a single project like this. It's going to make travel so much better for a major student hub. It'll boost the local tourism industry, and it's designed to make the whole area way more attractive for new investment.
All right, so we've looked at the individual pieces, the economic stimulus, the big bets on tech, the new connections at home and abroad. Now it's time to zoom out and see how this all comes together to form one single coherent grand strategy.
So here's the absolute crucial takeaway. That GSD reform, the gaming bill, the green hydrogen mission, those resumed flights to China, and that new domestic airport, they are not separate stories. They are all part of the same story.
When you lay it all out, you see it comes back to the three pillars we've been talking about. First, you revitalize the economy from the inside. Second, you expand into the technologies of the future. And third, you reconnect people and places, both with the world and within your own country.
And this is really where it all just clicks together. Think about it. A stronger domestic economy gives you the money to invest in new tech. That new infrastructure makes it easier for those tech industries to actually grow. And more stable diplomatic ties create a much better environment for international trade and investment across every single sector. Each pillar holds the others up.
Which leaves us with one final, really big question. When you connect all of these dots, are we actually watching the careful execution of a long-term blueprint? One designed to position India as a dominant global power in the decades to come? Well, that's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining The Explainer.